Was there any connection with the Mexico and Spain as far as because he was picking up the language?
Yeah,
That's why
he was learning the language, and he was bilingual. He was learning Spanish conversation, and he looked at a lot of art wherever he went. I didn't go to Spain with him. I was here working.
Mm-hmm.
So he went to Alhambra, which is in the Islamic part of Spain, southern Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous stuff there, and some of these plates and stuff are from there.
And then he was I correct that you said last time that he was taking the Spanish so he can communicate with his students better also?
Yeah, because many of the Board of Ed in New York City, many of them are bilingual. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he could talk with the students. They were Latina kids and black kids.
That's amazing to take that step because your connection is it's very important when you're teaching somebody.
Yeah,
that's so sweet.
Discipline.
Good for discipline, and good for discipline too.
Yeah.
So what we'll do? Oh, and then this is some of the fabrics that you were showing.
Yes. Now I don't know if you're interested in those fabrics. I have a ton of them on the porch, and let me know if you are. Then I'll pick out a bunch.
Yeah, I'm gonna look. Yeah, we'll pick out a few and give me. There's
Those are all from Guatemala.
Yeah, it's a weird thing where something is beautiful, something is well made and handcrafted, but it doesn't reflect that in the market. And then some of the stuff in the market that's really high, you're like, ew. It's just you don't understand it.
Yes. Well,
but we'll certainly try some of those, and I
always see what he bought because he would come in and put it in a suitcase. Because he knew I didn't want him to buy so much stuff.
Yeah, so there was, every time we go to someone's house, there's always the constant battle of the person who wants more things and the person who wants less things. Right. We'll go through this, and the objects we think we can sell, we'll tag and pack, and then the ones that we don't think we can sell, we'll photograph for you, and we'll get them donated, and we'll supply you with the photographs and the tax slips.
Sure.
So we'll go through this. There's not going to be much here, but I mean these little clocks always do well, even if they're not particularly good. As long as you open the back and they're not, it's not just a battery. You want the clockworks in there. This one is not marked, but this is like we call a travel clock. And then what is this? Landon, a little alarm clock, a little much with this Baroque stuff going on around it. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff down here. The good thing is it's not like a creepy damp basement, so the guys will put their stuff in one corner and we'll start doing our triage. We'll go through. Helen said there's not much that they're keeping, so that's helpful. And then we're going to go through and figure out what objects that we want to include in Stanley's the Lindwasser sale with his art, because we're going to conclude a lot of the stuff that he owned also, kind of to break it up and just you can tell a lot by what a person collects besides what they do. He did have a big typewriter collection, so we're going to have to look at those typewriters. There's a bunch of them over here. It is a collectible kind of market. But depending on what it was, usually Underwoods are what people want. So we're going to look at those. There's going to be lots of smalls in those cabinets over there that we're going to go through. So what I'm going to have the guys start on is starting to tag. Every time we get anything, we're tagging and inventorying it that we're taking it out. And if we're taking it out for donation, we're just going to take a snapshot photo of it. What it's going to be like is we're going to have to go through here and kind of grab stuff that we think are lots. So here, look, there's pears. Pears always help. There's a mishmash in here. We have some early toys that these always do pretty well, even if they aren't in great condition. Marks, Hubley, we have to look to see which these are. Also, we have a lot of Nutpalese. These are Dorge. We have a couple of these for sale right now in our auction, and this also. So, but some of this stuff is just tchotchkes. So I'm going to triage all this, and I'm going to tell the guys, hey, this shelf is for packing, and these shelves are for donation. We got a lot of these masks. They have the dead masks. This is weird because these are real human teeth. Kind of gross. So these would all be Mexican masks, probably the Day of the Dead stuff. we'll have to look through all the stones and the shells. There's lots of shells. Those always do well, and the minerals always do well. So we're gonna go through those things better. But so this is all stuff. And as here's one of these cars from Cuba that Helen was talking about when he went to Cuba. He jumped on a plane from Cancun because at the time he went, you weren't supposed to go there. And let's see if we get anything else in this. That's something we don't see often, an empty cabinet that we don't have to deal with. And there's a lot of this ethnographic stuff in here. We don't just do that review auction, so. This stuff is African. It's got a little, looks old. Except for this patch. But we'll, it's got cowrie shells. We'll have to look up more of these. So we'll certainly take the masks.